Hey, so this is gonna be like super quick video about what I think fundamentally, like when people complain about League of Legends, or like as time passes, it becomes harder and harder and the game becomes less playable. This is because like I observed in terms of like carrying potential. Like we need to think about carrying potential. People want to be in control of the game. They want to go into game and say, okay, today I'm going to win 80 to 90% of my games. I'm gonna play sharp, I'm gonna warm up, I'm gonna practice my CS before starting a ranked games. I'm going to maybe play a couple of normals just to warm up, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try hard and I'm gonna win 90 to 80% of my games. Now this is not possible anymore, right? This is not possible anymore, right? So I was like watching a lot of players. Long story short, I wanted to know what is the estimated division difference to guarantee 100% win rate. Now, back in the days, I can confidently tell you that if you are 2 divisions ahead of a specific division you're playing in, you will stomp 100% of the time. So I played, like when I was Diamond, right? For me, bronze and silver were just a fiesta. Like I just had such feast. Every game, I could 10 out of 10 my promos, no problem. It was just a feast. Absolute feast. Once I get to back then it was 5 divisions, like gold 5. Once I get to gold 3, I could start feeling the pressure. I could really feel it, right? In plat, no longer could do it. I can guarantee I would not win 100% in plat, right? Now, so that's kind of like the model that used to be when things were as they should. Split pushing worked. You could trade turrets for dragons. Baron was not giga overpowered busted that it is right now. Like objectives were not that important back then. It was just gold. It was just at the end of the day, it was just gold. Now, when the game gets to super late game, I'm talking like you're talking 50, 55 minutes. At that point, Baron became the equalizer, right? But now, what do you have? You have Herald, OP, right? 3,000 gold, and guarantees 2 plates, right? That's like an old dragon. That's what old dragon used to be. Now you have like infinite number of them spamming until 20 minutes, right? That's bullshit. So you have to fight for this, right? You have to team fight for this, right? You cannot trade turrets for gold for dragon, because now you have dragon soul, which is the winning criteria. Elder Dragon is, I think, the most overpowered bullshit in the game because of the execute and true damage is just stupid. And Baron is just dumb. It's just so stupid. There's so much bullshit, right? So you see what happened now is we entered into this, where you have to be 4 divisions, like, because I watched how Rangers plays, I watched how like other streamers who are like challenger players they play, and I estimate 4 division difference right now in current state of the game. So if you are like rank top 20 challenger, you will stomp all the way 100% win rate all the way to something like low plat. At that point, you're gonna start experiencing problems, right? But here's the problem: most of us are gonna be somewhere in here, like mid diamond, upper plat. Okay, so your ability to carry 100% of the time only goes up to middle bronze, right? And I mean, most of us are gonna qualify when we do. Most of us who are gonna play the qualifying matches are gonna end up somewhere in here, right? So your ability to carry 100% of the time does not exist in your world. It does not exist. And this is why you're complaining, right? So people say, oh, this and that guy, and he's like so good, he wins 100% of the time, and I saw him 100%. Dude, because yes, he isn't here. right? So for you to guarantee wins in here, you have to quit your job, quit your school, forget about your family, forget about having a girlfriend, and just grind. Forget about being employed and just grind a stupid game. And even then, you only go up until you can only go up until like a lower plat. You know what I'm saying? It's such bullshit. It's complete bullshit. It's not worth it at all. Right? Now there are some people, do you remember there were videos where people were like, oh, you know, there is like this super pro player and he got like 100% win rate up to Masters. Yeah, it's explanatory because he is in a pro scene and he is one of the best professional players, right? So of course he can do it, right? Of course he can do it. You see what I'm saying? Because 4th division, in my opinion, is roughly correct estimate. Now, if you're a world player, now in here, I don't think it stops working because I don't think you can do 100% up to challenger. I don't think you can do it. In my opinion, like that's the peak. That's the peak, I think. But you get my idea, right? If you're like here, right? I mean, you will never be in position where you can 100% carry the game. You will it just doesn't exist because you will never be. You will qualify somewhere in here, and then that's it. All right, you have no control past that point. Okay. And in my opinion, in the future, it's gonna get even worse. We already see this happening because they buffed Malphite. Right? And now I don't like Rangers is probably the best Tryndamere in the West, right? I'm not sure about Korea, whatever, right? But I don't think Rangers right now can beat mid-level gold Malphite. Because you see, Malphite is so brain, the counter picking is becoming so brain dead that like 3 years ago I said that we're gonna reach League of Legends will eventually reach the level where counter picking becomes so effective that Faker's granny will be able to beat him by counter picking. Right? So Faker picks Katarina, there is some new champ that comes out, and with one button, with no cooldown, effectively disables Katarina and just blows her up. Right? Just one button. At that point, I think we're gonna reach it. In my opinion, we're gonna reach it. Because as time passes, this starts happening, right? Because counterpicking changes in the game are becoming so obnoxious, where carrying is becoming... They're basically removing your ability to carry in the game, right? So that's what I'm saying, is that in one-on-one, this is why I'm pushing one-on-one all the time. I'm pushing one-on-one. Why? Because in one-on-one, you will stomp. You will stomp. So that's going to be your ladder. 100% in here. Okay? All of this bullshit does not affect you. Unless the guy is your level, he plays the meta, he understands the strategy, he knows how to play matchups, he knows how to play around your cooldowns, right? He plays an overpowered champion. We talked about the meta, right? He will simply lose. And that's it. And there is nothing he can do. The only way to win is to play well and pick the right strategy, pick the right champion. You cannot just simply counter-pick with some kind of bullshit and just win your lane automatically. This does not work in here. This is why I'm pushing one-on-one. Okay? So that's my thesis on why people are complaining, and I mean, why the future of the game does not look so bright. Because we will get to this level eventually, in my opinion, right? Take care.